Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Two Point Museum, where I've taken the time to do a little bit of redecorating over here. Things were very sort of slapped together as we got the machines, and I thought these could be rearranged in a little bit more logical of a fashion for the tour. So now we have like the smelting machine, which provides power for the Geode device. The Geode's, here, I think these are the three things that power this, and so the tour can kind of reflect that and explain how things work in a more sensible way. And I know that matters literally only to me, and it has no mechanical meaning, but the flow of it feels better now, and I'm going to have the de-geodified gems over here mirror their placement on this side, and that'll be a nice little exhibit that I've tried to like make feel a little bit more cavey with the dark floor and the rock patterned walls. And then as far as like things that actually do matter, we need to have guests be leaving the museum with 64 knowledge. We'd unlock some more points of interest, and we need to just get way more science stuff. So our science exhibits are mostly pretty maxed out buzz-wise. We just need more of them. People who are leaving the museum are leaving with 17-ish knowledge. This is part of the problem is we just haven't done very much knowledge refinement. So we have 1 point of knowledge coming off of almost everything, almost every science exhibit, and that's gonna have to get fixed. I don't think there is. Yeah, the upgraded machines have upgraded knowledge value, so we can just build, the higher tiers of these slowly, replace all of our existing machines with the highest tier versions of them. The other stuff we're gonna have to go get extras and burn things. So let's talk about doing that. So out here on this science map, we're going to need to open up some more nodes. We're going to need to actually grab all of the things available from the nodes that we have. Not perks, but, the other stuff. So we have some workshop project available here at the Bungle Burrows. A bunch of classic contraptions, which we're going to need here in the antique archives, because several of our points of interest are locked behind tours containing a certain number of classic contraptions. So I think that's going to be a high priority. We also need to get our average janitor pay satisfaction up, have a janitor qualified in level 2 mechanics. So right now we have a janitor who is qualified in level 1 mechanics and just isn't high enough level to get the other half. Let's go ahead and slap that down right now. Why don't we? We're training somebody in analysis so we can surpass that other problem. Now, where are you? Here we go. Sean Lips. Yeah, this looks very fixable. It's going to be almost exactly all my money for the moment.
Attention.
And then, like I said, we're going to need to
But not as you know
build better versions of this stuff. But that's also going to cost a bunch of money. It turns out we just need a ton of cash.
now. I'm always so glad that I don't have to go.
I think you should not stand right there while looking at that, personally. But yeah, I like this. I like it putting the fire directly out toward the Geode device. I think that,
Required to restore
makes a little bit of sense as to
expert.
suggesting how it is able to be powered. I don't know. I'm reaching, but and then we have our Meat Wizard exhibits over here, which are doing just fine. I put up some extra decorations and stuff. I also installed a lot more places to sit down, and a couple more not concessions, but a couple more vending machines. Oh, hey now. That's fun. Fool's Gold, of course. It's a mimic. And so much of the stuff in this game is so charming. Oh right, I need to make sure we're playing at 3 times speed because all of our expeditions are going to be like just incredibly long. It's possible that it would make sense to put in
We stopped them.
coffee or something. Like, I definitely am seeing guests with energy problems over here. And that's part of the reason I did want to put in some vending machines, especially a soft drink machine. Alright, so we got ourselves 350 XP. Was that enough to get you Genitorb? No, not quite. You are literally 3 experience short. Okay, well, just letting him run around and do stuff will, I'm sure, get us there. Also, we got to get our janitor pay satisfaction up to that threshold. So let's just go ahead and put all the janitors on green pay. Oh, we do not, in fact, have to pay JL178, the advanced model, who is unfortunately going haywire right now. Okay, you get that. We just adjusted Sean. This one's just a bad egg. Our janitor core has some behavioral problems, I suppose. Alright, so that should put everybody's pay satisfaction up as high as we can get it. So we'll give that a few seconds to, yeah. Give it a few seconds to adjust, but that should get us the thing. And indeed, even another point of interest beyond. Bungle Tech had prepared for a major commercial rollout of their robots, even prototyping huge charging stations they'd hoped would open across towns in 2 Point County. Sadly, even a single station would have caused a historic surge and mass power outages. Never quite actually figured out the draw problem, huh? And here we have a golden mine, which is used to get some kind of new science material. I wonder what it could be. Bungle Tech believed they had struck gold, but they'd actually found something much more valuable. Deep underground are natural treasures usually reserved for the county's mole people. Okay, so $3,500 for monthly donations. That's going to happen absolutely for free.
Restoration required on exhibit. It's no.
All right, and we will get a notification. Still too much litter. I'm trying, man. We will get a notification when Sean hits level 5, so. Rob Casserole, you are not the person we are waiting for. I guess I should send somebody out, though, huh? What are we looking at in terms of... Oh, expeditions to the Lower Antique Archives are very cheap, basically free. All we need is a single science expert, preferably one who is good at... Analysis plus survival skills is not a choice. So I suppose it's better to take the survival skills and just deal with the injury or medkit it or something. I mean, I don't want to deal with the injury. I don't want to medkit it. I want to use a survey, but we don't have any survey scanners left because we're exploring like tons of new nodes lately and we're just burning through them. Alright, yeah, that's worth doing.
Touching electrical exhibits will be shocked by what they find.
And over here we have discovered, unfortunately, an illness. And also a meaty sword 3D. Look at that. Look at the number of polygons on that. The most savory sword in the realm of Guanciale, now with 3 dimensions. So we're just going to tuck that into the Meat Wizard hallway. Yeah, pretty close to the other one, I think makes a lot of sense. I don't know why this needs to be right here. Are you? Yeah, you are, in fact, all the way back against the wall.
Requires restoration. I'm
Okay.
pretending it's not there.
We are getting a lot of voice notifications that we have exhibits that need restoration. So I guess we probably are just short experts. So what else do we wanna hit here? I suppose we can send somebody out on this one. So we don't actually have any idea what we're looking for And again, these are remarkably cheap.
Good luck to our team departing on an expedition.
Okay,
I'm sure
great
you'll need
news
it.
for us. Let's get you trained in mechanics. Yeah, we're doing really well on the, I think it should be no problem for us to hire another science expert. Happy Thoughts. I don't know what Happy Thoughts. Keith Masterstroke. The devil, the Devil May Care pilot. You know what? Welcome aboard. All right. Is this one going to be in pieces like the others have been? It looks like. Yes, indeed. A precursor to the modern-day bandage box, this early model offered most of the same treatment, with a wooden paneling and much more discomfort. How big are we looking at here? Okay, this is one thing I was worried about, was that my little contraption corner might not be large enough to host 2 more contraptions, and I'm starting to feel like maybe that is the case. Well, we might be able to jam 4 in there. Okay. We'll have to be running tours down here as well, right? That's part of the thing. So if I set up a tour, I'm sure this is load bearing. It's also very in the way. Adding this totally murders the rating level of the tour, but that's just until we get the parts, right? Until we make it look a little nicer. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah. Right on the border between the two places seems fine. And then we may end up having to just like move this over to here, which it probably, yeah, it's probably fine. And then hopefully the last contraption fits there. We have lots of room to expand still, and I'm absolutely willing to do so if we need to. If we end up with too many classic contraptions or whatever. But for the moment, I think everything's holding. We are for sure we are gonna need to run about 100 expeditions down to here, unfortunately. I'm assuming you got injured, right? Yeah, 2 of these events will occur, so this is actually guaranteed. Oh no, that's right. I first aid kitted it because we don't need to do this. We can run these faster because I'm just there is no concept of exhibit quality with these. Okay, that's fine.
For a full and regular show. I'm Sir Nigel.
Of course, another thing we need to be doing is pulling more of these so that we can turn them into gems, but for the moment... Okay, somehow we had somebody get to 64 knowledge. Oh no. Jumbo are here to promote their museum by ruining ours. They don't want to steal things, just destroy them. Okay. The Jolt Converter. It's about time someone used electricity for something good, don't you think? Utilize the lightning-quick power of electricity to give people a generous speed boost, as well as for your own scientifically selfish ends. Well, it does feel like this is probably not the, like the very end of the path through the museum is maybe not the best spot for that. Wait, did I not actually grab that?
That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Announcement. Vandal caught in the...
Oh, I got the right. Sorry, that wasn't the classic contraption. That was a design that we picked up that we can build for a new thing. Yeah, sorry. On here we have a printing press. Produces books faster than we can read or even recommend them. This
What a bad guest.
looks like it's maybe gonna overflow the wall a little bit. Because yeah, I'm gonna need to put it down like here. So if we step you back to here, there we go. I think that should give us clearance. I might just want to remove this. Then again, it might be load bearing. Not literally, but you know, in terms of some of these buzz bonuses or whatever. Yeah, this is okay. I don't love having them touching like that, but we're in a tight spot space-wise, so it is what it is. Okay. So we for sure need to keep sending people back there. We have unlocked this now. Reward unknown. Gee, what could it be? We're working on that. And then we just need to pull even more of these. Yeah, we'll just keep first aid kitting this. It's fine. Okay, so once these are just slightly more finished, be in good shape there.
On the helipad.
And that got us one of them right away. The other one does require 4-star ratings, so once Bungle Tech managed to successfully give their robots memories, they thought, well, why not people too? Combining human and digital memory is still an enticing, potentially catastrophic proposition. Grand. And do we have a spare helicopter right now? We do.
Wherever it is.
I was thinking maybe we want to save one of the helicopters, basically set it aside for the purpose of just gathering duplicates of items we already have, so that we can work them or mash them up in the knowledgeifier. But I think there's definitely something to be said for learning all the different projects and whatnot as well. So this requires you. We have to hit level 20 in total between the lot of you in order to avoid getting exploded. I can, for this run, remove the illness concern and just go like that. I mean, we really need to get some survey scanners going. All right, workshop janitor needed in the workshop to do workshop stuff.
Anyone could expect. Or legal.
And this will get us our crystal caves. So once again, a science materials location. And here we have the route to the cryo labs has sadly collapsed. The moment I commit a bunch of stuff to the workshop, all of a sudden we needed a deluxe drill. Well, I'm gonna let them finish the survey scanners first, honestly. So I don't know how this random guest made it to 64 knowledge. It must have been a professor who came in with a bunch of knowledge or gets more knowledge per interaction with an info sign or something. Alright, unsurprisingly, Jake Dingle survived to get a locomotive. Put that in my inventory for a second. I don't think we have room for this. So one thing I might do is open this up. Because this classic contraptions area is going to be so large, it has so many really large footprint things, we might want to give it like more space over here and kind of reconfigure how we're showing this stuff out probably what happens is this stuff all gets folded up along this wall, right? And then we do whatever else. Yeah, do whatever else against the opposite wall. Because, like, what I'd like to see here is buy this whole area, partition up the middle here so that it's like a horseshoe that you have to travel down in order to get to the fantasy stuff in the first place. Basically make the whole museum kind of one long route, which has the benefit of getting everybody to see everything, but you have to make sure you're managing, energy levels and stuff along the way. And probably setting up more security guards than I have. We have 38,000 in the bank. You know what? Okay, I am going to do this. I'm going to rearrange some of this stuff here, get us a bigger classic contraptions area. I don't know what we're going to do with this corner afterward. We'll figure it out. But for now, yeah, that's the plan. So I'll just do that real quick and like that. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense here as a sort of a flow. So I dug out the classic contraptions, and we're just making a sort of hallway of contraptions up here past the starting area. I rearranged our custom stuff so that we have like a little area for admiring the robot work, and then they get past that, they hit the Judgment Clouder, and then the spa point and stuff. They come out of this feeling like they love our museum and they're ready to see so much more of it. And then here's the botany thing in case anybody actually is interested in the sickly pears. They walk past them outside. They know that they're gross. They enter the hallway of contraptions with the tour already configured so that we can unlock that other point of interest as soon as our collection is actually good enough. And then with the cafeteria moved all the way over to here, sort of the midpoint of the adventure, and the food changed up just a little bit. I think we're still short on entertainment in general, so I did this. But we have room for some interactive exhibits now, and also like energy and stuff. Hopefully this gives them the gas they need to get through the rest of the museum. Now we do just have kind of a big dead stretch here, but we're gonna get more stuff. We're gonna fill it in, and should we end up filling up all this space and need even more, there's room to slide this back and open up more stuff. I just bought the whole building all the way back to the edge, and then this is a plot we do have access to as well and stuff right now, but I had to stop messing with it because I got us down to $38. My intention is to build a camera room like in the middle here with a couple of employee doors allowing us to shortcut through the area. That'll totally happen at some point. But again, first we got to address this having $38 problem.
Are not talking to you, though they may be talking to each
Uh-oh.
other.
Somebody's overdrawn at the memory bank. While navigating the abandoned facility, your team stumbles upon a research lab housing some kind of weather-altering technology. There's a button that says rain, a button that says lightning, and a button that says cloud. Download information from the cloud. This one's going to kill somebody, right? The lightning button I'm very afraid of. Or maybe it just turns on the weather-altering technology? But no, that's bad too. I don't want that. I'm pressing the cloud button. Dark clouds rise from the machine, obscuring the sun and sending your team spiraling into melancholy. Someone has acquired the blues. A virulent strain of the blues. Oof. And then payroll hits, and gosh, are we broke. It's okay. We're making money hand over fist for the moment. We just gotta let things kind of settle. I think things are gonna be even better. With this setup, like we can definitely afford. We have the room to set up some more. What is going on over here? Okay, people are being very strange around the drinking fountain. There's some animation issues, I think. We can set up more places to sit down and buy concessions and stuff. Also, I can get rid of this little area here by just growing the bathroom some, which is the thing I absolutely intend to do once we have cash. Those employee doorways are definitely like one of the higher priorities because people got to be able to get around. Yeah, so this is this is a place that we need one really badly. What do you know? It actually was a memory bank. Always looking to improve our guest experience, but why not improve from our guests' experiences? Store guest thoughts to accelerate training and give staff a lot to think about. Okay, more stuff to build. Obviously, it's going to be a minute here before we're ready to take advantage of stuff. Let me also throw. Oh God, we gotta get positive. I wanna throw a door over here too. I know it's not like terribly different, but we'll get to it.
Staff are considering resigning.
Oh, I need
Just me.
shoot. Hey, our money's positive now. Yeah, I need to put up another donation stand. I didn't even think about this, but yeah, there's no donation stand at this end of the hall. Okay, that covers everything. Do we have, is this... Okay, that knowledge stand is reaching almost everything. We can probably get a normal, a little info stand next to this. There we go. And then I heard we have some staff who are not happy. Well, part of the problem is the blues is 75% 74% happiness penalty. That's got to get fixed. Your pay is legitimately not ideal though. Oh no, you're a janitor. Your payment was just fixed. Well, okay. What does it cost to clear an illness again? Because we definitely need to do this. Yeah, the blues is a lot. Okay, it's only 5K. Noggin Codpiece was 8-bitten at some point. It's a problem we've just never resolved.
Number of information stands. I'll update when we have more information.
Yeah, we need another janitor with that skill.
The expedition team.
I do believe we have janitors with slots open, right? Indeed. Yeah, the workshop skill is definitely too rare among our crew. And aside from that, not much has changed, you know, with our overall goals. We still just have a lot to do. Okay, so the remodel cost us, but we're starting to get back under control here. So let's talk about this bathroom.
Expedition complete. So what's in the box?
Sure. And then I'm going to move all of this stuff forward. We're going to expand this room a space.
Guest stuck in the museum should wait for help indefinitely.
Okay. And then we can reconfigure this stuff back against the walls. Oh, people are very in the way. Is this gonna fit? Okay. I don't love it overhanging. There we go. Okay. Wow. Quite a lineup going for the cheesy bits machine. I didn't realize that people were so hungry in this part of the museum. So yeah, I'm just gonna redesign this bathroom to have that interior block of toilets because I like that a lot better as far as like maintaining sinks goes. And I better have everybody hesitate while everybody just chill out for a second while I do that in the time stop. Sorry, I don't want to be in that mode. I want to be in add items mode. Don't want the whole room panel available here. Okay, we're probably getting rid of this exterior window, if I'm honest. There we go. Probably makes more sense for the door to be somewhere over here. I did not realize I could recolor the metal bins to that degree, but that's interesting. That's new. That's new information. And, you know, just a poster or two encouraging people gently to wash their damn hands, because please wash your damn hands is why. No trick shots? Yep. Go ahead and put that up as well. I don't know what is meant by trick shot in this circumstance, but I don't want people doing it. Okay. So we captured a vigilante. I heard that announcement. Department of Culture is coming to evaluate security measures. We're going to do very poorly on that. And they would like for us to showcase the Penny Pincher. The Penny Pincher, I feel like, actually thematically fits in pretty well over here. Right? It's got the same kind of vibe as the custom contraptions. I put a little plant life down near the sprinkler pumps. I thought that was appropriate. But part of the problem we've been having with decorating is that we just don't have a lot of decorations unlocked because of the fact that our knowledge levels are so poor. So getting some more exhibits and taking care of that is definitely going to be good. Getting some more exhibits and throwing them in the muncher. Alright, apparently I have had Noggin Codpiece running around terribly ill for some time. Let's solve that problem.
To archaeology, science, and genre-bending video games. We kick things off with a listener's question from Rosa Skivyslogger, who asks, who would win in a triathlon, a tortoise or a sloth?
Look at that.
Joining me now to answer your question,
I guess these things are certainly helpful.
Hamish Curlybags from Pebbly Frog Sanctuary.
Actually have some knowledge
Welcome,
up here.
Professor.
A pleasure to be here, Haley. You know, in a straight...
Who cares what would happen in a straight anything? Come on now. So there is still one more exhibit to discover for our hallway of meat wizards. And I do want to advance on the fantasy map as well, but I think for right now, let's try to stay focused here. So, yeah, we gotta send Jake back here like a crazy number of times. What is the survey situation like here? Oh, that's right. It doesn't matter at all. The survey situation doesn't matter at all here because we're just gathering parts. Okay, so yeah, Jake, go ahead and do this thing. We're just countering negative events is all we're doing.
Have to give the edge to the sloth.
Oh, interesting.
And then we're going to
Any
need to
particular reason?
make a
Tortoises
deluxe
can't
trail.
swim, Haley.
And there you have it. In a race to run, swim, and cycle over 50 kilometers, the sloth edges it by a drowning.
Announcement.
All right, got rid of that. And also, you're very nearly leveled up at the same time. That's crazy. And obviously this will push him over.
Our security measures are being inspected.
Yeah, and they're pretty bad right now.
The museum has a new exhibit.
To be honest,
Don't know what it is yet.
it doesn't feel like our security measures need to be any better. It's not like we're having any problems on that front. But they're going to be horrible about it because they love being horrible about it. That is not the button I meant to push, as you are probably aware. It's like, why would you delete that door? Especially at that moment when this guy's clearly coming over here. So I do want to set up a camera room. I would love to see if we can get this done in time for it to count for the security inspection. So this needs to be 3x2. Yeah, it doesn't need to be much. I'm trying to think, is there a reason to put down more stuff over here? The staff break room is not super, super far away, but it wouldn't be horrible to have a staff break room over here somewhere. All right, let me start with this. I do think I think I know what I want to do here now. So, you, and we love to put some security fuel in there, but for the moment I cannot.
Plants will be handed over for
Okay,
mulching.
some Z fighting with the wall textures. Not totally ideal. Penelopon Turbo. So they do seem to be attempting to steal the thing. Are you on this? Yeah, okay. Oh, look at all the friendly fire. All the not friendly fire, but all of the innocents in your path. All of these people who have been peppered. You got to think about your background, dude. All right. More pieces of the bandage basket.
Stolen exhibit has been retrieved from thieves. No one takes our stuff.
It really is nice that these are so cheap, these expeditions. Alright, first aid kit. Do it safe, because if it's speedy, we're a little bit short of resources for that. You know, there's only so many training slots on any of our people, and I can't teach them to also actually fly the helicopter. Okay, so I wanted to give you the ability to keep yourself awake. Here's a science-themed garbage can, you know, to keep you inspired. The science. The science is what it's all about. And then I think what I'm going to do basically is have like a little hallway here. So the idea is like a partition wall that runs like this. Yeah, and I guess like just, you know, at some point there'll be a door in here, and we just have like another little employees only space. Another employees only door here, and like up here. There's gonna be another bathroom for everybody. Are you okay? What is your problem, sir? No, wait, it's this. It's the. I mean, let me place the junction, so it seems like it should be fine.
Exist.
I don't know.
That's part of the fun.
It's being weird. Yeah, do we have anybody on staff who's actually able to operate cameras? That's a question. The answer is no, but we have lots of people who have training slots available. So Camilla, prepare to learn. We also don't have the money for, you know, the cameras themselves at the moment. But we'll get there. Yeah, I don't know. It's angry about something, but I can't tell what's actually wrong here. And this thing does not give me any information on mouse over like it probably should. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of overlap on these things. How much is it to buy more vending machines? It seems like they would probably do pretty well over here. I'll put in a drink machine alongside the, you know, listen, there is a water fountain. I'm not being, you know, terribly mercenary here, but also if they want some fizzy drinks that improve energy, that possibility exists for them. All right, lots of places to put litter.
It's currently offline. Don't do anything funny.
The conveyor belt of the printing press.
Guests are stuck in a museum. Someone should.
Yeah, there's going to be so much There's gonna be so much stuff to do here. I really wish there was just a repeat last adventure button.
The expedition is leaving now. Final call for wherever it is you're going.
The security thing is ongoing, so like if we can get some
Welcome
cameras
back to
up
the show.
before
Now, have you ever wondered
that
whether we're
bar
living
runs
in a
out, I think we'll
computer
be okay.
simulation? Well, according to Professor Morris Pumpkinhandle,
but like the
we
good
very well
camera
may
thing
be.
is really expensive.
In his yet
All right, let me see about some wall-mounted security cameras. Yeah, the biggest problem is just like you tend to build your stuff over a large enough area that it feels like the single wall-mounted security camera is not going to catch everything or anywhere near everything. If I put this right here, it doesn't catch the stuff across the hallway. Yeah, you really want to capture. Okay, I mean that's not horrible, right? That catches a lot of interaction points for most of the exhibits in this area. We can set up another one of these over here. This one can just be kind of central. Yeah, basically just off to the side of the information thing, and at the very least, it'll catch it if people steal the whole exhibit. If I were to turn this and keep it further, like in the middle here. No, it's tough. I think I just don't lay down my exhibits in a way that's conducive to watching over them with cameras very well. If I did go for a wall-mounted camera here, the wall-mounted camera easily watches 4. Yeah, that's not so bad. And then here we can once again do an okay job.
Pumpkinhandle claims that we're living in a live service.
Because remember, if we do well in the security inspection, they will just give us a bunch of additional money.
Citing evidence such as the existence of violence.
Boy, there sure are a lot of people just kind of milling around the entryway of the museum. The binary control structure for the locomotive.
Planes to fly as proof.
Right? Like, look at all this. Why are there so many people?
Anyway, here's another song from the soundtrack. Wait, what?
People are mostly getting drawn forward.
Understanding of the universe will keep being wrong.
We're getting closer and closer on our science buzz as we continue to work on these.
Underground.
Look at that actual camera work being done, or at least in a minute here, once we get our coffee.
Restoration required on exhibit.
Okay, I think things are running pretty smoothly. Yeah, there's just perpetually a line for food and drink over here. I guess maybe putting a cafeteria right by the entrance to the museum isn't a crazy thing to do. People show up really hungry. Well, it would be a huge pain to move the one we have now back. I think we'll just deal for the moment. So yeah, we're still having guests mostly leave with very little knowledge. Somehow 5 guests managed to get up to 64. I'm assuming these were
Museum security.
professors or
In
something.
this area, it's a bit tense.
All right. Mudbury Primary enjoyed themselves, but not enough to leave a review. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of interactive exhibits right now, so it is unfortunately tough to keep the kids happy. Every time we get over $3,000, we're going to be sending Jake Dingle back out with his first aid kit.
The expedition team are departing now.
There's other stuff to do. There's other important stuff to do, and we'll totally get there. Are you concerned about your pay? You are concerned about your pay. Your overall happiness is quite low. Oh, you really got to drag that slider there.
Thieves were caught before they could escape with an exhibit.
Albert Hands runs a tough deal. Yeah, another thing that we need money for, obviously, is the establishment of a bathroom up here. It's pretty important.
The expedition team are back on the circuit.
Alright, I think that's the penultimate. Nope, there's still 2 more pieces. Man, it takes forever to put these damn things back together.
Good luck to our team departing on an expedition. I'm sure you'll need it.
This is a pretty safe time for us, though, overall. So, as far as the bathroom goes, I think what I want to do is have it extend across. Now, unfortunately, they're going to be able to use the bathroom to skip the cafeteria if we build it this way, but I think that's not really avoidable. How many stalls do we want? Should I extend this out one more? I think I'm gonna leave it that size. So we're gonna put a door here, a toilet. Okay, yep, that's definitely where I meant to do that. And then another door. That's inconvenient. Another door over here, I guess. Now, hold on. Hold on. I should be able to have 2 doors down here. That's very weird that it's trying to say there's a harmful overlap there. Alright, we'll put this on this side, I guess. And then on the partition wall to there. Yep, and no matter what, that corner is just acting upset, and I have no idea what that's about. Okay. You know, I guess it makes a certain amount of sense. Because we're going to end up, I think, also putting a door over here just to... Well, people can walk through the bathroom. I don't know. I'm going to put the door down here for the moment. Apparently that was enough to assuage whatever concern was being had there. And then how much does it cost to set up the basis of a staff room? It is 25. That's right. It's the bandage box. It's 25K.
That's where you work now.
That would only be our second bandage box, though, and we are starting to do a lot more like dangerous expeditions. No, never mind. Whatever the issue was, it's back. All right, add items to room.
New to the Crumley non-meat, non-veg, non-taste range, it's Crumley Crumb Pie. A delicious crumble base packed with sumptuous powdery breadcrumbs and topped with Crumley's patented mix of singed butter, sugar and flour ensures each mouthful is packed with stodgy blandness.
Delicious.
So don't settle for crumbs. Have a Crumley Crumb Pie instead. Just like Mama I used to make.
Probably not. Oh, hold on. We can
The
do.
expedition team are back on the surface.
There we go. Science themed bins. Okay. Great news, everybody. $30,000 they gave us for just holding on to that for a little while. Sadly, we did not get the extra 10K or whatever it is from putting our camera stuff in place. Oh well. Yeah, I think we can do this. Have a couch, have a bandage box, have food and drink. You know, actually, maybe it makes more sense to have the bandage box right across from the door so that we can kind of set this up over here. There we go. And then there can be another, this one's just for like sitting and chilling. You got a book or whatever. Yeah. I can't believe that's still only decoration level 1. There's so much stuff. It's so decorated. You really will not let me put a... Feels to me like I should be able to get a bin down in that location. There we go. We can get one there at least. Throw one out in the hall as well. So yeah, I'm in room editing mode. Fix invalid items. There aren't any. No, don't do that. Huh. That time it allowed me to just sell the invalid item, which was, as far as I can tell, nothing. And then this room is almost up a decoration rating. It feels silly to put, like, it feels kind of shitty to put vending machines in, you know? Like, people should not have to pay for food inside the break room. There you go. There's decoration level 2. Everybody loves a filing cabinet. And now the issues with this vertex instead. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, but I like this better. Now we have some connection for stuff here. We have indeed run out of money. Just for a moment, just briefly. We get $40,000, then I just spend the whole thing immediately. Okay, the motor part of the printing press seems like an important one. But that should be the last, like, large-scale remodel, I think, for a little while. There's certainly lots of other things we could that we could tuck in or improve, but until we fill up this space such that we need another plot, that should be the last, like, the last big room that we build over here. I think we should have, yeah, like, the bathrooms are distributed reasonably. Why are there no lights over here? Entering a sealed enclosure, the team finds numerous life-size human statues made of gold. In the center of the room is a humming orb with a hand-shaped sensor. Do not touch the hand sensor. Steering clear of the strange device, you swipe one of the gold statues and sell it online for an extortionate price. Yeah, that's the kind of thinking, that's the kind of forward thinking that we need from our crew out here. Did I ever make that dragon potion? Actually, currently owned 0. Okay, well, we should probably do that.
They like, but that doesn't mean they should.
Right? Hold on. I'm going to need that to fight the dragon, if I'm remembering correctly. And that is a thing that we want to do eventually. Yeah. So let me go ahead and have that made. Oh, now it's too expensive. It wasn't for a minute. All right, that stuff's all whatever. Mordred Greaves. What's going on, boss? Okay, well, bad eggs, just, that's what it is. It's going to be like that. I apologize that you have to deal with that. Here we go. We can do this, though. Hopefully that'll fix... It's got some toilet discomfort, which it feels like shouldn't be my problem. I feel like that's on you to resolve there, Broseph. He's in the middle of a tour. Is part of the problem. So he probably like started the job when he was near the bottom of acceptable levels, and now that he has been doing the thing forever, he just hasn't.
News now of claims made by Dr.
He hasn't had time to go to the bathroom in a bit.
Humans will...
Well, hopefully he'll be done with the tour soon enough. All right, once again,
in seconds.
keep playing the
As
hits.
soon as she invents a craft capable of bending time and space. At a press conference earlier today, she informed an empty room that if her research
All right,
continues at the same pace
so
as her
now-
previous 20 years of experimentation, humankind
Probably
should be
waiting on
inspired to
fantasy
leave
stuff. I mean, we could go get more dwarf stuff,
months
although
before
obviously
the
it's not my
universe
most
implodes on
critical
itself.
concern. We could bolster our science position with the same thing. We could go get raw resources, but since we don't know what raw resources will be necessary, it's a little hard to say. Gosh, analysis level 2 on top of everything. What a tricky node to get opened up. And a lot of this stuff is just, we're just waiting on perks. Okay. Let's get this dragon potion made, and we'll consider a fantasy expedition soon.
Cafe. The guests are hungry.
All right, the Keystone Gears, it is complete.
Please join me in saying farewell to the expedition team. They may never come back.
Look at that. It's just stamping the shit out of those books forever. What a normal and sensible thing for it to do. All right, we might need more janitors still, somehow. All right, our potions person finally got on that.
Do not worry about museums.
Okay, we have its thing filled out. It's just
You don't hear me.
we just need so much more stuff. So many more exhibits. Buzz is going up much more slowly than I had anticipated. The motors and health horns of a bandage basket.
The expedition team. The expedition is leaving now. Final call for wherever it is you're going.
Okay, I don't know what is going on with this, but somebody needs to do something. Do we have a person issue a formal call? Y'all, how many people got stuck here? Jesus.
Sometimes there's
Okay, well, this is a huge problem.
This is one of those times.
Okay. So that created a really serious issue. We have a ton of stuff that needs doing, and all the people who are supposed to be doing it were just fucking around in that doorway. So everything's on fire. We're cooking on that as best we can. The buzz is increased now that it's no longer on fire, would you believe? All right, did that criminal get got? I stopped paying attention for a second. It must have, right? I put a security guard directly on his face. I don't know exactly what it was that he was planning on doing, but we did put a security guard directly on his face. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that and make sure that doesn't happen again.
Announcement. Vandal caught in the act. What a bad guest.
Okay, vandal caught in the act is probably our problem. You know what? By the time people get down here, they're probably feeling, yeah, like a little fatigued. Obviously, a little hungry. They are obviously also not interested in taking care of their own trash, which annoys me greatly. But I think maybe we can probably afford to run like a coffee stand over here to really rake some money in. We also should definitely put a map display right out here. Maybe do one like here as well. And to be honest with you, maybe it's a long walk. You know, they've been in the museum for a long time by the time they can see that. All right, so it seems like our team has mostly played catch up pretty quickly, gotten their stuff back together. Do I need to hire another assistant? Do we have enough assistants for everything? Because we now have two different. Yeah, I'm gonna hire at least one more. Nobody is sitting back enough for it to say available. So Nora Rowe donates litter to the floor. Carrie Crumble is delicate, as the name might suggest.
Thieves have been prevented from escaping.
Let's see what the new applicant looks like. Elvira Fidget, nimble, good at customer service. Welcome aboard. All right, this is still really bothering me, in case you were wondering. Okay, so that's almost done. We do have an item over here. Yeah, this thing. Can be equipped by a member of staff. The wearer becomes a great work person that thanks their tools. Does it also allow you to... So it looks like you can equip it on any fantasy character or janitor. And if we put it on a fantasy character, what does it do? Maintenance speed and 15 points of strength. Damn. Yeah, won't generate buzz. That's kind of what I figured. The thing is, we're about to go fight a dragon. So, 15 additional strength might make sense. So we need, yeah, we have a 30 strength thing that we have to... I don't think we're going to be able to avoid this MIA, unfortunately. But I do think we can beat... Yeah, we can beat the other two. I'm going to put Noggin on this. Yeah, 30 luck is just, it's so much. It's so much. Even if we had a luck potion. Oh. The Dragon Tail potion specifically removes the Dragon's Tail event. Well then, never mind. We're super good. We don't even need the hammer. But we're going to use the hammer. Alright, y'all, go out and show that dragon who's boss.
Go live to 2 Point Harbour.
This might get
where
us
we're
something
joined
pretty
by
cool.
Self-taught historian Claire Muzzlehammer. Tell us about your
At the very
discovery,
least,
Claire.
it's going to do something significant on that map.
Believe it,
Right?
I find the remains of the Mary Tulip. You know, that famous warship.
Alright. Show me something new. Okay. This is a new start for a printing press. I guess that's fine. At the very least, we can burn it. We're still 1 part short on the locomotive and 1 part short on the bandage basket. And unfortunately, it is just hard luck whether or not we get one of those when we come down here. But we got to keep trying. If we completed both of these things, I think it might be enough to push us over the 885 threshold. You know what? Probably not.
Guided tours given by clueless youths dressed in period.
But it's still good, I think.
Wait, how did you...
Visited it last week, Claire.
Got a problem with the dragon. Your party used their potion just as Fiona suggested. The stunned dragon stumbles forward, breathing fire into the sky, more furious than ever and looking for an escape. Do you block their path west or east? So do we save Wishfell or Fairydale? I'm gonna save arbitrarily Fairydale. The Wishfell village POI was destroyed. Blocking the route east, the dragon takes flight and heads west toward Wishfell. From a distance, your party can see fire rain down on the village. The dragon soon returns overhead, now missing its tail, before disappearing north.
That's it for today, listeners.
Oh, hey, my thing got stolen. They're going to try to just run away and put that right in the toilet. Well, you know what I have to say about that is we had 2 different people on Boggyman Pursuit, but it looks like you're grabbing somebody right now. I'm just going to grab Vivian, I think. We're going to make absolutely sure, because this is unacceptable.
With me.
Expedition team
Give me-
returning from underground.
Give me back that locomotive before you try to jam it down a toilet and create problems for all of us. Nobody's going to be happy with that outcome.
Announcement. Analysis complete. Learn anything good?
All right, so what did we get from fighting the dragon? Did we get cool stuff from its horde? Maybe a whole bunch of money? We got 1,000 bonus XP for the heroes. That's significant. Okay.
Have been prevented from escaping. Phew.
And something new is going on the Scorched Earth map, and we're going to have a look at that in just a moment. Okay. The completion of the bandage basket.
Expedition team returning from underground.
I'm going to, before I even look at this stuff, just send Jake Dingle back out. There's no rest for the Dingle, as the saying goes. So, Folktown. Complete an expedition to Dragon. Done. The tree talk in Folktown, or maybe it's the people who live in them. Rumor spreads fast in this little town. Oh, okay. I was expecting it's probably supposed to be the trees talk in Folktown. I was like, the tree talk in Folktown is that, right? Rumor spreads fast in this little town in the middle of the realm. From here, you can reach the wild westerly coast, the Great Forest, or the kingdom's capital. We're going to need an expert qualified in level 2 tour guidelines. And also an epic quality man-eating plant exhibit. That's interesting. Look, I never suggested the potion would defeat the dragon. Well, wait, I did? Well, this sounds like a classic case of he said, fee said. Accidents will happen, and they may be unfortunate and devastating. Oh well. With the dragon dislodged, you can continue your misadventures through Scorched Earth. The plot thickens and your quest continues. Just try not to leave a path of destruction, okay? Okay, so get to Halvenhalf Castle, unlock more points of interest. What have we done here? The residents took hundreds of years and multiple generations to build their castle town. The dragon took it down in a matter of minutes. So, 3 fantasy experts headed here can get some other stuff. It's worth noting, like, it's suggested that this is super haunted, right? After a brief one-sided battle, Wishfell Village has been burned down by the dragons. Destroyed points of interest are altered permanently. It's terrible news for the locals, but not so much for an adventurer like yourself, because new exhibits can be found at the destroyed points of interest. The fate of the kingdom may have changed forever, but all of Wishfell Village's original exhibits can be found elsewhere in Scorched Earth. Okay, I was curious about that, whether there were things that we had permanently lost or not. Okay, so it seems like we have unlocked quite a lot of new stuff, including some new mythical gear. That's the Cumulus Woods. That's the Woblin Goblins. We're gonna have to find Halvenhalf Castle. I don't actually know where it is. All right, I mean it's a thing to be concerned about for sure. Got another expedition running out. And we need to display... You know, it is still a lot more science buzz. Finishing these off is not helping as much as I would like. Oh, well, our decoration level isn't maximized over here either. I definitely need to put in some lighting at the very least.
Is being inspected.
Yeah, we may as well also wait for this. Alright, show me something new. Okay, the steam spout of the locomotive. Pretty handy, pretty worthwhile. But yeah, that still doesn't expand. Okay. I'm going to have to decorate around here, which is a thing I had not done because we ran out of money. I'll tell you what, though. I think we can probably call it right here for today, and thank you all so much for watching. This museum is we're really turning it up here. I think it's going really well. When you come back next time, I will have set in some basic decorations for this area. Everything here needs to be obviously decoration level 5. We'll see how close that gets us to the 885. It may be the case that we need to grab 1 or 2 more science exhibits, but that is going to be our primary focus, right? We almost have this next star, so let's get that, and then we can worry about more fantasy stuff afterward. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.